Hey, how y'all doing? I am Matthew O'Donnell, and this is my beautiful wife, Santana O'Donnell, and we are the O'Donnells.
Okay, so why are y'all together?
Love and happiness.
Why y'all staying together?
He was talking.
I'm sorry.
Why y'all staying together then?
Love, loyalty. I guess after, going through life and checking out the curveballs that life throw at you, you ain't gave up on love. So I guess when God bless you with real pure love again in your life, you go for it.
I'm sorry. I mean, for me, it's more mostly mainly the same thing that he said. Other than I'm with him because he kept his word. So you really find a man that always keep his word. No matter if he was dead tired, if he said he was gonna do something, he made sure he did it, and he showed that in the beginning. So I didn't have to be with him for years to, to get that. He showed that in the beginning, and it was rare. And I know I didn't want to lose that. And he keep showing the keep.
What type of experience before him that made him so valuable to you? You want to be in a relationship with him?
Well, I'm 41. Mm-hmm. I just start off saying that, and this is my second marriage.
Okay.
So when I initially got married the first time, I was 25, but I had already had kids with my ex. So I'm not comparing my ex to my future, to my husband right now. But being that when I was younger, I got married, and I'm a little bit more mature, I knew exactly what it was that I was looking for. I just did not get out of one marriage and then 2-3 months later, okay, I'm gonna get married to this person. I took time to find myself. So with me finding myself, I knew what I wanted, and I prayed to and never leave God out. So I did pray for when that person do come along that my eyes would be open. So I dated, and I knew it was a feeling. I just knew, and the point was when he kept his word. Regardless of what situation, he always kept his word. And that was one of the characteristics that I wanted, that was hard to find. So that's what I wanted. I didn't want somebody that, yeah, I'm gonna do it, and then always got good intentions, but let you down. So
that's awesome.
It's just hard to find.
So what about, and for you, what was your previous situation that made you want to look for a woman who was loyal, someone you can trust? Like what happened prior to this that made you say, you know what, I want to be in a relationship with her because she showed me such and such?
Well, I can say previous to her, just speaking on myself, I've always been a real loyal person. So if I say that I'm with you, then I'm with you. It's tunnel vision at that point. You know what I mean? So I just didn't get back what I was putting out. You know what I mean? And that's important for me. You know what I mean? Because, as she can tell you, I'm going to go all out for you. We together, I'm going to go all out to make sure you're happy, to make sure you're straight. You know what I'm saying? Before myself, I'm always make sure you're straight. You know what I'm saying? But if I'm not getting that back, then it's you know what I'm saying, the energies, you know what I'm saying, we ain't riding the same wave. And with her, I said it all the time, you know what I'm saying, at the beginning of our relationship, it's just the aura that she gives off. You know what I mean? She gives off an amazing aura. Like, she doesn't have to tell you that she killed. You know what I mean? She doesn't have to tell you, you don't have to hear her say those words. It just comes, it shows.
I do say it though.
It did my time, so. You had it before.
I'm just saying, I do say I appreciate it, so I appreciate it.
What that bad cookies is? They got some more cookies than us.
So you saying she had that Sheely Roy? she had that glow on.
Yeah, man, but like I say, and you have to learn to, you know what I'm saying, not build up I mean, everybody gonna build up walls because of past hurt. You understand what I'm saying? But you gotta learn to trust God and just allow Him to work. You know what I'm saying? So if you, like I say, if you pray, okay, God, listen, well, I tried. I don't want to be no dog again now. So you just make sure the next person you send in my life is for me, just for me, not about what I can do. Not, you know, so nothing else. Just care about me, want to be with me, want to love me, just for me. The man, I appreciate me just for me, and she does. So why not put a ring on?
So how did y'all meet?
Alright, since she wanna shy away from that. You know
I just
what I'm
don't like how we met.
Okay, check this out. Alright, I'm gonna keep it all the way 1,000 with y'all. I had made a post on Facebook one day. We wanna go to the drive-in and see the movie Superfly. Y'all remember that movie Superfly? Okay. I made a post. Do anybody wanna go? You know what I'm saying? Now, she responded, well, she inboxed me and was like, I wanna go.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, bet. She was like, well, do you smoke? I was like, yep. She was like, never mind. I was like, all right. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, we didn't know each other. You know what I'm saying? But in just a second, I'm going to show you how crazy it is and how God works. You feel what I'm saying? So I ended up going to kick with my cousin. You know what I'm saying? Up there, we had a good time. But before this, right? Before that post, mind you, me and this woman been Facebook friends 5 years. 5 years. I never seen one of her posts, and she never seen one of mine.
No.
Until that day. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, how ironic is that?
Why was smoking such a big turn on? Like when you had to go.
Because I don't smoke weed.
Okay.
And I've been with somebody that do smoke. So it's more like, if you trying to get to know somebody, I'm just not meeting him. I just would have been meeting him for the first time. When you smoking weed, it's like, it's not a good outlook for me. Because I don't know when you're joking, when you're not joking.
Yeah.
I don't want to blow your high, so to speak. And then you're going to be like, you want to hit the blunt, and I was like, well, no, I don't want to. You know, it's more like, I wanted to see the movie, didn't really want to go by myself. I looked at his page though. I looked at his page. I had to look.
Was he? So is that he was light skinned?
No,
he was short.
He wasn't short on the face.
Oh, here's the thing. Check this out.
He was the picture.
Okay,
I
check this
he
out.
was tall.
Okay, so she had made a post the very next day. It was like, drop a pic, and I will see if I like you or something. So I dropped the picture. You feel? Boom. Now she you commented back, you look like you tall, something.
Yeah.
You look like you tall.
Yes.
I'm like, alright, I guess, you know what I'm saying?
Had high shoes on that day.
No, he had on a blue shirt,
It was just a
blue
regular
shirt.
picture.
He
You know what
had
I'm
a
saying?
big, like, he had like a thick beard, not like this yet.
Yeah.
But bigger than that. And he had his arms crossed and he was like this. And I guess the angle of the picture or whatever made him look tall. I was like, well, dang, he cute.
He's 6 foot.
Yeah, like, you know, I was like, dang, he cute.
But not only that, but like even when we first like exchanged numbers through Messenger and we talked, but our very first phone conversation was over 10 hours. Now, check this out. Stayed up got off, no, I'm just telling myself. Got off work that day, stayed up all night, talking on the phone with her, went back to work with no sleep, and I told her, I'm gonna come over there and cut your grass. So on my way home from work, didn't even go home, I ain't had no sleep, went over there and cut the grass. Then when she offered to pay me, what did I say?
I don't want your money.
I ain't coming for your money. I told you I was gonna come cut your grass. I came to cut your grass.
It was smooth, man.
But I took him out to eat anyway. So
You know
I was
what I'm
like,
saying?
well, let me feed you.
Well, at least let me feed you. You know what I'm saying? So we went out to eat. You know what I'm saying? And I guess it's safe to say, I guess that was jump started it all.
What were your first impressions of each other?
I was like, dang, he really came to cut grass. But my sister was
You sure cutting that grass.
he cut grass. Now I got a nice size yard. You know what I mean? So I was like, I was glad he was cutting grass. So, you know, and then my mom was over there. My baby sister was at the house and stuff. So it's like, I'm looking. And then he took his shirt off.
She asked me to take my shirt off.
Oh, she didn't say that. Yeah.
Go ahead.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, you don't remember that.
You was like, won't you take your shirt off? Alright. You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead now.
It's all good, baby. It's all
I ain't saying that. I was just trying to see.
She said, I want to know.
Well, it was hot though. It was hot. And
It was.
She was looking at.
He was sweating.
She was looking
So
at
I was like, well, you could take your shirt off and wipe your face. You know what I mean? Because you was.
You right.
Then I seen his house. I was like, damn, what he mixed with?
Oh, he mixed.
Yeah, because, black folks got some good
Cookaboos.
some texture hair. But some black men got real good hair. They might have Indian and stuff like that. So I was like, well, dang, what he, I was wondering what he mixed with. But I really couldn't, talk to him until after we went to dinner. Because, my mom was there and she was like, who this is? I'm like, well, that's that. And then Deanna was like, who that is? I was like, well, that's that. And they was like, okay. So they couldn't be asking how many questions.
But for me, it was her eyes.
You seen my eyes out of all that grass, too.
When I first pulled up in the yard, you know what I'm saying? When I first pulled up, and I was gonna get ready to cut the grass, she was like, "Long right there, gas right there." And they was piling up in the car. They was gonna leave.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that was my first face-to-face interaction with her. But the first thing I noticed was her eyes.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And
So now that y'all notice each other's eyes, she noticed that you sweat good.
You not no 6'1".
No, he ain't no 6'1".
I never said I was 6'1".
So she told you to take the shirt off because the height was bothering her. But when she took the shirt off, she said, I work with it. I work with it.
Yeah, nice.
You know what I'm saying? Oh,
Yeah, I ain't have to worry about, if you get older,
Uh-oh.
your stomach ain't gonna poke out. You know
Oh.
what I mean? So I already figured it'll be straight for a while.
So now that y'all together, now that y'all got together, y'all got all that out the way. You think he's sexy, you like her eyes. Okay, now both of you guys have, children prior to this relationship. So how did you guys? What has been the struggles of trying to integrate them into each other, and you guys getting to know each other? Because I know everybody got different rules. So how is that affecting? How did it affect our relationship in the beginning, and how is it now?
I don't think it really affected our relationship more than, but just with time, we just didn't really force nothing. You know what I'm saying? Even with the kids interacting with each other, we just never forced it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, y'all gonna be around each other, so eventually y'all gonna talk, y'all gonna kick it, y'all gonna hang, you know what I mean? So we just kind of just let, time, take care of that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, when we were initially just dating, the kids was over a lot. So then, because we was dating, so Makai and Zion, they a little bit younger than my kids. So mine is, now the ages are 18 and 17, and then 13 and 12, because Makai's birthday is today, so he's 12. So with Zion, being that Zion got two older sisters, and she's looking at them, and they're looking at, okay, she's young. So it's more like, at first, it was they weren't talking to each other because they didn't know each other. But as they got used to each other, then, it started to change. But at first, everybody was in their own little world, in their own little corner.
Yeah. But I just, like I say, time. I think time, just letting it happen, and evolve, their relationship, letting it evolve on its own. I feel like if we would try to force it, then they with all of them pretty much being teenagers, they would have rebelled against it and went their own separate ways, you know what I'm saying? But like I say, by letting time just work itself, they good. They good.
And then I used to have one-on-ones with Zion, and she expressed how happy her dad is with me and stuff like that. So it made me feel like, oh, okay, so really, when you propose, like having that one-on-one time with Zion, And the reaction with Makai is more like, okay, so I know your kids, they already like me. And that was a plus. I didn't have to, gain no trust. I didn't have to bribe them. I didn't have to do any of that. They was just like, gosh, my dad is happy. He's happy. And that made me feel good too. So I kind of knew you was going to propose. I just didn't know when you was going to propose. Based off your kids.
So what advice would you give someone that's entering into a blended family relationship, whether dating or married? Coming from a male and female perspective.
Well, from my point of view, like I say, I would say don't try to force nothing. Do not try to. I think that's the worst thing that you can ever try to do is really just try to force relationships to work. You know what I'm saying? Friendships, relationships, whatever. If you're trying to force it, then it's something gonna go wrong. Somebody gonna end up hating each other. Somebody gonna end up, you know what I mean? With time, because you gotta think about it. When you're trying to, you know what I'm saying, when you're trying to put a blended family together to be as whole as one family, these are strangers. It's two groups of strangers. So you can't, if you have the expectation that you just gonna put everybody in the room and everybody just gonna be peaches and cream, it don't work like that. It's the real world we live in, so you just gotta think logically. Everybody needs time to get to know each other. You know what I'm saying? And once you get to know each other, you know what I'm saying, do's and don'ts and you know what I'm saying, whatever, then your relationship will start to progress. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel.
Mine is how the kids is raised before I got into the picture. And that's what forged with me because I was a single parent and I look at a lot of stuff. The fact that he was going to get his kids, the fact that he was spending time with his kids, that was a plus. Because if I'm with a man and he don't spend time with his children and he don't, call them, check up and make sure they okay, then I don't think I would want that around my kids. Because I don't want my daughters, I have daughters. I got a 22-year-old, so I forgot about dude. But he's 22. So he's old enough to understand he's grown. But my two teenage daughters is a little bit different because I still have to protect them against, men, period. So when I was out there dating, that's exactly what I did. I dated, but I did not bring men around my home. I did not bring men around my children. He got lucky because he came and cut the grass.
You call it luck, I call it fate.
Okay. But that's the only way, he was able to, to see my kids like that because I didn't have them around there. What I did in the street was in the streets, but it wasn't at home. So I had to be real particular about who I'm bringing to my home and the energy that I'm having around the kids. So when he was bringing his kids to the house, that was showing my children how he is towards his own kids. And the fact that how he will eventually be around them if it matured into something else.
What has been you guys' toughest situation that almost broke you guys? They're like, you know what? I don't know, because I know you're an independent woman. I know he's an independent man, so I know you being very independent, making boss money. Him working about 18 jobs to get boss money. So what's been the toughest thing you guys have handled since being together that y'all like, you know what? This is it. But it was something. What was that something that said, you know what? No, I'm sticking through.
What you think of?
It was. We still ain't found out who the guilty culprit is yet.
Go ahead.
But somebody mysteriously inboxed my wife.
Oh, I forgot about that.
And but see, in the beginning, I told her, okay, this is my third marriage. All right.
Yeah, I found out about that later on too.
Uh-oh.
Like he didn't say that in 10 hours he was talking.
Come on. Cut it.
I'm letting you say it, but I found that later.
Go ahead, man.
I'm saying. Alright, so I just told her about one. You know what I'm saying? I felt like the first one, it didn't mean nothing to me. Now I don't want to, I don't even count it. I just don't. You know what I'm saying? So I just told her about one, but somebody mysteriously inboxed and told her about it. So I was sitting in the car, just chilling. You know what I'm saying? And she called me and she was like, we need to talk. And She came and asked me. I mean, when I went upstairs, she asked me about it. I mean, of course, first thing, your initial reaction is to deny. I'm just gonna be honest.
I know. You telling them. I know.
You know what I'm saying? Deny.
Was this after being married?
No.
No.
No. It was before.
We could have ruined it. Got you.
But we was engaged.
Yeah, we was engaged. So, like I say, that whole situation blew up, and I mean, eventually I just had to, you know what I'm saying, just tell the truth. You know what I'm saying? And
I showed them the message.
yeah, I mean, she showed it to me.
I asked first about the message.
Yeah.
He agreed.
Directed.
You know what I'm saying? But, like I say, in my heart, honestly, I felt like, well, this it. You know what I'm saying? Like, straight up, I couldn't come to the room. You know what I'm saying? Like, she told me we can just be friends and told me to sleep downstairs.
Yeah, I got a room downstairs.
You know what I'm saying? She was like, you know, I ain't gonna stop you from doing you. You do you. You just stay down there. You know what I'm saying? You just pay me, you know what I'm saying, rent or whatever. And I was like, no. So that ain't how this works. You feel me? I don't play like that. You know what I'm saying? I can't be in the same, if we ain't gonna be together, I ain't gonna be your roommate. It don't work like that. Cause there's gonna be some furniture moving the first time, you know what I'm saying?
Somebody else.
Yeah, man.
But I didn't run a house like that.
It don't matter.
How did y'all get back on
I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna do it for the time frame, but at the end of the day, I don't know. To me, it seemed like it was, I don't think it was a female, I think it was a dude that probably had some animosity towards him based off of the type of picture that was sent and the stuff that was said on it. But at the end of the day, it's like, you know, once I had a conversation with him and he just went on here and told me what I needed to know, they gave me the opportunity to digest the information, and they gave me the choice to if I wanted to, you know, move forward with it or if I just wanted to dig it. You know what I mean? So I know, like I said, I took a long time to get to know me, just me. You know, so if it was something I can deal with, I can deal with it. You know, you're gonna have haters out there and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I had to analyze how he was treating me. And I liked it, how I was being treated.
Go ahead.
My doors be open. He massaged my head if I go to sleep at night.
Man, let's just keep it our way one.
No.
I cater to you in every way it matters.
Yeah, and I like it. And
You know what I'm saying?
Slipping a little bit, but you
How I'm slipping?
because you don't want to rub my head at night.
Because you be like rub your head to go to sleep, and
Yeah,
I rub
that's
your
what
head.
put me go to sleep.
No. But you try to look at a whole 2-hour movie. You know what I'm saying? You ain't going to sleep. If I'm rubbing your head like this and I'm looking at the movie and I look over at you and you like this, you ain't trying to go to sleep. That means I'm putting in all this work right here for nothing. You supposed to be trying to go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to get up and work and
Baker's time.
you feel me?
If I ain't gonna be tired.
Head cramped up like I don't know what. But I'm being nice because that's my wife. You feel me? I'm gonna do it.
You should have started it. You started it, so yeah.
So now
Let my head go, man.
we got hey, don't try to sit side, but hey.
My head, let my head go.
So now that was his situation. What was your situation? That he was almost like, you know what?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I ain't had no situation. He was gonna leave.